everyone, welcome to this video and welcome to this episode. In today's episode I would like to show you how I generate a new map, so a new game. So how we randomly generate a map for a new game. So this is what happens when we click this button. And of course this happens in the game in an instant, but to show you this I go through this process now step by step. So this is why you see this empty blank map now, so that I can show you this step by step. So in the first step I try to generate a random and maybe a little bit realistic terrain. In the first step I randomly generate a random height for the school map for every single corner, which you see now with that yellow dot marked as I go through here. So, and this random height looks like something like this. Of course this is not really realistic, but this is just the first step, that I randomly generate a height. The next step is that I try to refine this a little bit and make it a little bit more smooth. And how do I do that? I reset every second corner. So this is a corner which I reset. I reset this corner, this corner, this one, and so on. So every second corner for this whole map. And I do that the way that I take the height of this corner, this and this, and I add the height of these three and divide it by 3. So basically that means that I calculate the average of these 3 tiles and then I set that height for this corner. So in coordinates this is minus x and z, this is minus z and x, and this is minus x and minus z compared to this one. And I do this process for this whole tile. And after I did it, this looks like something like this. So now it's a little bit smoother, but of course it's not really realistic. So now I try to randomly generate some hills and maybe some lakes. How do I do that? If you saw the previous episodes, and I hope you saw all the episodes, if not, you will find the links in the description as always, and I am thankful if you subscribe to my channel and follow my work. So in one of the previous episodes, and one of the first episodes, I showed you this ground editor, and I showed you that we have this edit area, which looks like something like this. And we can select the size of an area we want to edit, and we want to enlarge or build a hill or erase the ground and lower the ground, just like in the original Transport Tycoon, but of course this is in 3D and this is smoother and is different. How is different you find in the previous episodes. But if we want to create a hill with the size of this, it looks something like this. But now I don't want to create this, and I try to cancel this. So it was somewhere here. So we can use this same function which I created for this in-game ground editing. We can use the same function to create some random size and random height hills, and maybe in the negative way, maybe some lakes. And it looks something like this. So now I created, and I don't know how far I should go, but now I created some random hills, and there is also a lake here, and there is another lake here, which is of course also a hill maybe, but in negative way. So the process and the function is the same. The difference is that that I put a little minus before that height value. So now we have some random hills and some random terrain. Maybe it's not perfect yet, and maybe it needs a lot of adjustments, but it's a code which was written by myself. I know there are a lot of codes available and a lot of algorithms available for this on the internet, even for free, but I wanted to create an own code and I wanted to know how the game works exactly, so that's why I figured out this way, and that's why I created it this way. So let's move a little bit more far, and now the next step is to generate some cities and some roads. The next thing which I do is that I divide this land into different fields. These fields have the same size. These are 32 times 32 tiles. Let's call these fields A, B, C and D for now, because this is a 64 times 64 tiles land. So at each individual field, which is now A, B, C and D, I randomly generate a place and I randomly create a city there. How do I create that city? I create a plus sign, so a plus shape from road surfaces, and around that plus shaped road I randomly put some houses. So that will look something like this. So now we have 4 little cities, and I think you notice that where the cities are, the terrain is a little bit maybe refined. So let's zoom to this city and let's have a look how this looks. I think it looks very nice. So we have a couple of random buildings and a random size plus sign, plus shape for the roads. So this has a different size, so maybe this is a larger city with much more buildings. This is also a small little city or a town, and this is the 4th one. I think each of these look very nice. So, and the final step is for this terrain editing that I add some trees, and of course I just randomly generate some places, and at each place I randomly generate a value which will mean the type of the tree. Now I still have these 4 types which I showed you in one of the previous episodes, and I randomly generate a time for the planting, so that way those trees will be different in size. So, and it looks like something like this. So, and this is how I create a new random map. Of course this is still a beta or alpha version, and this is of course not finished yet, so this is an unfinished game and an unfinished process to create a new little land, but I think this is a good start. So, and I don't think that it looks too bad. And of course, if we jump now to info mode, which I did with shortcut keys, now we see that these trees have a different age, so they were planted in different times, and of course they have a different age. So maybe cutting price should be different also. Let's see. This is 110 euros and this is 250. So okay, I did the coding right. So the older the tree, the more expensive it is to cut the tree. And I know it's a bug that in 1970 February there was no euro, and but this is just a small bug. But let's find another bug, because I think we have a bug. Let's hit info. This is the same which I showed you a couple of seconds ago with a shortcut key. Let's see this house, and no, I did this correct too, because I forgot if I generated a random type for the build date for the house, but as I see, I did that. So this was built in 1959, this was built in 1955, this was built in 1968. Okay, so I did this correct, so this is no bug. But maybe we could create some transportation between these cities, and maybe let's do it here, because that way we can create some nice bridge over this little lake. And I will lower this terrain a little bit, so it's now a much nicer lake. And let's do this with maybe with trams. So let's build a bridge for the tram, and let's build it with this one or with the other one. Which one should I think this one looks much nicer, so let's build it here. Nice, we have now nice bridge over here. Let's do some refinements here at these levels, and let's put some tram rails over here. I do now everything with the shortcut keys, because I like to use these shortcut keys. I refine these tiles a little bit. Okay, and I don't know if you know, but trams have a rule that they must go around in a circular path. So we have to create a circle around these two towns, or between these two towns. Of course, we can't set this edge because there is a tree here, so we can't do any refinements there. But I think our tram will nicely come this way. And where should it turn? Maybe I will cut down a tree, and I apologize. I will plant now 2 new trees, as we learned in school. Okay, and let's move. Oh, the terrain is still too uneven. I like these little adjustments. I could make this automatically also, but I like it this way. This is a calm little game, so you don't have to do this very fast. So I don't know if I say this correctly. So for me, this is a calm little game. Okay, let's come this way, and let's go this way. Okay. Here, I knew that this is too uneven. Okay, and oh, I messed this up. I turn here right, and this way I will attach this tram rail to this one. Nice. So now, okay, now we have to go this way, but I don't want to cut these trees, so I go around it. And I hope this surface is not too uneven. No, it's not, so it's good. Okay, nice. Oh, but this surface is too uneven and I can't really do anything about it, so I will go get this once and I go around this way. Nice! Now we have almost a circular path. Oh, the surface is too uneven. Let's refine that a little bit. Now it's good to go. So now we have a nice circular path, and maybe let's create some stations. Let's head over here, handle stations, and where to put these stations? Maybe I want to create 2 stations here. If I put one here, can I put another one there? Yes, I think I can. Yes, I can put another one here. And I will put another one here. So now we have 3 stations. I switch this info off. And now let's jump to build buildings and tram depot. Maybe the tram depot is fine here. Okay. Now let's handle trams, jump into this tram depot. We now only have only one type of tram. This is called guns. Let's buy this vehicle. Of course we can't set any route because the tram will find its own route automatically. So we buy a tram and we just hit go, drive, and we can follow our little tram's adventures. The tram has no passengers yet because we need a couple of days to wait until the people will become passengers, so until they are in the mood to travel with the trams. So that's why we see that we have 0 passengers in that on the tram, and it nicely arrives to this city. Now we have 1 passenger. 1 passenger is traveling at this tram, and we have a -5 euro income. So 1 passenger. Wow, that's amazing. I have 1 passenger at that tram. Nice. And he's traveling around this nice little city. Of course, if we jump to game options, we have an option here, passengers and show, and that way we will see the passengers who are waiting at these stations, but now there is nobody waiting here. I just saw some people waiting here, but they went home. So if the train is not coming for a given time, they go home. But now we see we have a lot of people waiting here, but maybe 1 tram is not enough. So you saw now some people went home, so I think we will need much more, or maybe 2 or 3 trams for this route to make it nice. But I just wanted to show you this. Of course we can create road posts also, and I think it looks nice if a road crosses a tram road. I think it looks nice. And of course we can also create some roads here at the city, and I think it looks nice. Should we create 2 post offices and maybe deliver some letters? I think we could do that. So let's do this. So first let's create the road, and I won't create now a bridge. I will refine this, and I will do this with level area, and so this way I can easily level this area fast. And I hope it's great like this. Okay, so we now have a nice straight road. We need a turn here. Maybe I will do this here. Okay, this looks nice. And okay, this is great like this. So now we connected these cities, and now it's time to build the post office. Maybe I will build it. I will build it here, and the other one I build here. And let's jump here and build a road vehicle depot. For example, here. And now comes something which I know maybe you won't like, or maybe you will say that this is an incorrect way, and you are right. There is something which I could not code yet, because, and this is the pathfinding algorithm for the road vehicles. Because this is not simply a two-dimensional array like a maze. Of course, I can write a code, and I did write a code to find the shortest path in a two-dimensional array, for example a maze, or even at this given circumstances, so in these row surfaces. But in this game we can have bridges, and we can have road surfaces under a bridge, and I could not create that code which would find the shortest path between 2 points. I will figure out something, but until that it's a really maybe messy solution which I did. So let's buy a bug which looks like that. So this is the bug and this is the big bug, but now I bought only the bug. And now if we specify a route, and now it shows us where the post office is, I can't click here. I can't click here. It would find the shortest path, but it does not work when we have to go under bridges. So until that I have to click at each individual corner, which is I know this is ridiculous, but it works, and I'm happy about this. And I now reset I reset now the back route also. And I know this is a little bit ridiculous, but it works. It's a good starting point. This was the first which I did, and I wrote the code to find the shortest path, and for this map it would find the shortest path. I wrote it in last year autumn, and it works, but if we have bridges it has a lot of bugs, and I don't know how I will fix that, but I wanted to proceed with the game, so I put that problem a little bit alongside. So let's click go drive, and now this little bug goes there, and let's see the info and follow. It has 150 packages. Nice. Of course, if we jump to info mode, we see that this post office has 26 packages. That's great. How many packages are here? 192! Wow! These people love to send letters. They don't have any Facebook or Twitter or, I don't know, Messenger. Of course, it's 1970, there is no internet yet. 200 packages, so it's nice. And let's see the adventures of our little tram. It's still in minus. So maybe this tram is one tram is not enough, and when the train arrives to a station, it needs too much time to arrive from one station to another, and people go home, because I wrote the game the way that if people have to wait too long, they will go home. Of course, this does not happen with packages, because if someone sends a package, it will remain at that post office until the post office car arrives, so the mail car, of course. So this little bug has 62 euros income. So nice. So this is my little game. I think it looks great. I hope you like this episode. So of course there are a lot of things to fix and a lot of bugs to fix, and I always love to see how this looks at night, and we can do it. Game options, and let's select for example winter and night. Cool. Those dots, those white and yellow and brown dots, are the pedestrians, the passengers, which we can switch off here, so we don't see now how many people are at that station, and we see only this nice little moonlight shadow which casts down to this surface. Of course we can see this how it would look in morning winter with some nice big shadows. I think it's great. It's really a little morning winter. I also like spring in the morning, which is a fresh green. But you know, the default is summer midday, which is something like the default, the closest to the original one. Of course we have the minimal and smooth textures also. For example, minimal autumn in morning looks like this, but I hope you already knew this, because I showed you this in one of the previous episodes. I switch it back to summer, midday and classic, and let's hit OK. And now I will save this game, and maybe let's call it first new map, and let's hit save. Okay, save. I saw a little bug. Aha, if we click save, we see a little flash, and at load game also. At game options we don't see this, so this needs to be fixed. But for now, let's go back to the main menu, and this was for today. I hope you liked this little video and like the adventures of my game. As you see, there are still a lot of things to do, but it's improving from day to day, from week to week. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.